I don't know where the last video cut off at, but I'm going to start over, no problem. And I'm not going to edit. I was saying that I'm a bit of an introvert, so is my son. And unless it's dealing with coaching, teaching, helping people, helping my clients, and my other endeavors, most of the time, I would actually prefer to sit at home and be quiet. You may hear the air conditioner going. We're in Louisiana. It's hot. Hopefully you can hear. If it's just so bad where you can't, I will redo this video because it's important. We had some family to call and invite us over for a cookout. We're not really cookout type people. I could do it. I know how to cook. I'm from South Louisiana. We can cook anything. But it ain't something I like to do. And generally cleaning up the mess of other people when it's all over with, and it's just not something I enjoy doing. You have some people who are social butterflies, and that's just how they operate. We ain't those kind of people. So with that being said, we have some family who invited us over. And to be quite honest with you, I don't do a lot of hanging out, especially not after it's dark. But just in general, I don't hang out with a lot of people. I don't really talk to a whole lot of people on a personal level because I'm a bit of a square. The things I like to do and the places I like to go, it might not jive with other people, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being you. However, in this particular case, with this family who has just shown us genuine love over and over and over again. See, some of y'all who are younger, you teenagers and you early 20s, yeah, your homeboys want to hang out. You might be trying to deal with different females. Life moves fast right now. I'm getting close to 40, and I've seen a lot of people come and a lot of people go. And quite honestly, I've seen more people go than come. And for me, that's okay. People grow apart naturally. That's fine. People do different things. You get your own family. You have your own responsibilities. That's fine. That's natural. That's life. I used to work a job where I was a lot more popular, and not by choice, but being in the public eye. I had a lot of people around me, and everybody wanted something. Hey, can you help me with this? Can you come here? Can you give me this money? So forth and so on. I'm at a different place in life where unless I want to be found, you probably won't find me. And I guess it's not impossible for you to find me, but I'm not just out in the open either. And you know what? All those people who wanted all those favors and wanted to talk because I had to be a public figure and I was wearing a shirt and tie or a suit all the time, I don't see most of those people now. As a matter of fact, there was a dust up where I had a choice to do the right thing or do the wrong thing in a couple of major situations. And I chose not to sell out and do the right thing, and nobody had my back. When it was time to get on the front lines and do battle, and people are playing dirty politics and things of that nature, all these folks who wanted all these favors, and all these folks who were supposed to be, friends and stuff like that, well, I couldn't find them. That was a very important lesson in life, and I'm not bitter at all because I've had a chance to shed a lot of dead weight. Now, some of that also have been attributed to me being an introvert. I have spent a lot of time in school and a lot of time on different projects that I wanted to see all the way through. And there's some times when people reached out to me in a genuine way where I wasn't as available as I should have been. I didn't attend every family function I was invited to, especially now, because if you're doing any type of an entrepreneurial venture like I'm doing on behalf of my mother, it's sink or swim, and you eat what you kill. It. I can't go to every social event. And You need to learn that in your 20s, fellas. Yes, you can't spend all the time in the world socializing and partying. But you do need to do enough of it to, number one, network with people who are beneficial to you, and two, people who genuinely care about you, who will call you first if you haven't heard from them in a while, or vice versa. People who just stop and say, hey, how are you actually doing? Here's a kicker. Here's a difference. Can I help you with that? You're not going to see that often. And then here's another twist. When I was a kid, we went up and down the street and played basketball. We stayed outside. We were playing sports and throwing the football and shooting basketball, and we might go inside to play the game just to get out of the sun in the midday, but then we were right back outside in the summertime. After school, if you didn't have a sport to play, you were going to find something to do outside. So you always saw people. You didn't have the internet to where you can just text, look at feeds. You had to actually dial a long distance number. It took effort if you wanted to be in somebody's presence, right? So now you don't have that anymore. And it's so easy to see the image of somebody. You may not experience the presence of people as frequently as in past years. So now, people my age, our relationships have a lot of times fizzled out, although it may be the ones that are a little bit more superficial and less genuine, maybe, possibly. Then again, maybe not. But I know this much. Seeing what I've seen in life, there aren't as many genuine people in the world as I thought there were at a younger age. And I'm more appreciative of the people who have, just shown a genuine interest in me as a person. It doesn't make anybody bad if they don't want to be around me. I'm an awkward guy. I do things in a different fashion. I dress different than the people around me here in the city. I'm a bit of a country soul who's kind of stuck in the city. My son is like that too. And eventually, we're going to change that. We'll move to a rural area. But right now, my marketability and my skill set fits the city for now. But I don't fault people if they want to go and do something different. But there's a group of people, certain people in my life, who value me exactly the way I am. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. And every chance I get to commune and fellowship with family and friends who genuinely care about me, hey, I gotta do it. It's the smart thing to do. I don't fit in everybody's circle. I don't fit in everybody's plan in life, and that's okay. For some people, I'm too serious. I'm too preachy, too teachy. Okay, cool. Whatever. No worries. But I've just learned to really appreciate those people that appreciate me. So whatever I can do for them, to help them, whatever I can do to make their life easier. And the thing about people who genuinely love you, they don't even want all that. They just want to see you. They just want to be around you. I got two homeboys who grew up on the street I grew up on. I know, and I learned this, if I need something, because I don't usually ask people for very much. It very seldom that happens. Outside of, my son, he's getting to the point, he's very helpful, and he's a good kid, and he's a workhorse, so he helps with a lot of things. I have a good female friend in my life who does a lot of things to help out, and then, for what fits into my mother's lifestyle at the age she's at, there's some things that mom might help with, but generally, it's more the other way around in that situation. So otherwise, we find ways to get things done. I don't ask for very much. There was a situation where I asked for some help from people I knew. And I had two homeboys who were like, hey, Say when. And, you know, other folks are busy and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But I know this much. At this age, at this stage, if push comes to shove, that's who has a genuine interest. And, you know, the way we grew up, it was a neighborhood, and there were different kind of groups and cliques between us in the neighborhood, and then sometimes it'd be a whole neighborhood type thing. But them are the guys who grew up on the street I grew up with, and I've known them since the 80s. Does that mean you have to be attached to somebody? No. But for me, these are valuable people. I value them as people. I genuinely like to see how they're doing. I generally want to know what's going on in their lives. I will stop and say, okay, if I hadn't seen them in a while, let me get off my tail and go see my folks. So you just keep that in mind. As you get older, yeah, you're going to lose some relationships. But the ones that need to be salvaged, as evidenced by the fact that these people are going out of their way to be in your life, you keep those relationships. Because as you get older, I'll tell you, like my basketball coach told me, you're going to have 5 or less real friends. You'll be able to count them on one hand. Back then, most of us had dads, so you could say your mom and your dad would be 2 of them, and that would hold true. And then there might be 2 or 3 more people. Now, for most guys, it's just your mama. So you'll be able to have 5 real friends, most likely. That's a realistic number. One of them's probably going to be your mom. Whoever you got in your life that's real and genuine, keep them, be real with them, take care of them. Even if you don't feel like it, value real relationships. And then as you get older, you start to see people start to pass on and pass away too. So even though God put us here and told us that we need to, it's not good for man to be alone, and we're interdependent beings, technology is making us more independent beings. But that's also why you're seeing more mental illness and people not being able to socialize with each other, because people don't get together like people and socialize. So preserve your humanity and help preserve the humanity of those around you. Get out and interact with people, in particular the people who actually give a damn about you.